Today, I would like to talk about the value of philosophy. In this world, generally, philosophy is highly valued, and those who can philosophize are esteemed. They are looked at as great thinkers, right? A little bit better than everybody in that sense. It's just a very respected thing. And I get that. I understand why. But the Apostle Paul had something to say about the value of philosophy. He said that it would do something to you. He said that it would take you captive. Why? Well, before I get to the why, he said that in Colossians 2:8, and then he went on to say, he went on to describe philosophy, basically saying that it was just according to the elementary principles of the world, right? And it was basically men's ideas. And then he said, but what I really want you to value and know and understand is that you are in Christ, because in Christ, in him, all the fullness of deity dwells in bodily form. And then he went on to explain some of the benefits of being in Christ, such as we are complete in him, such as we have been crucified with him. The old nature has been crucified and done away with, and we've been created complete and whole and brand new with that Christ's nature, right? If you read Colossians 2:8-15, that's basically what he says. So he's like, okay, philosophy sounds neat, but philosophy is a direct descendant of the knowledge of good and evil, which does what? It makes you promises that you can be wise, that you can be like God, right? And that's actually what people are doing when they philosophize. They're just partaking of that knowledge, right? Because it makes you feel wise, you in general, anybody. And it makes you kind of feel like, I don't know, godly, I guess, godlike. And there are lots of people who do this. They philosophize as they are rejecting God. And they believe that their philosophy is a higher form of knowledge than knowing God and living with God. It happens all the time. And they don't realize they're stuck in the very trap that the Apostle Paul was describing. So philosophy is not what we need. Philosophy is a very, very subtle deception, because it does what? It makes you feel good and it feeds your ego. Really, that's what it does. It makes you feel good, it makes you feel smart, builds up your ego, and like I'm really something because I can think of all these things and come up with all these great ideas. Which, I mean, it's kind of neat, it's kind of interesting. And I would say there's nothing wrong with doing that as long as you recognize Christ and who he is, and God and who he is, and you recognize your place with him. Then it's okay to think about all kinds of wild and fun stuff, right? And philosophize. When you recognize him, who he is, and you're living with him in proper, correct standing with him, right? But it's when that philosophizing takes his place and supplants him and leads you away from him that it does what? Takes you captive. Thanks, and have a fantastic day.